Open any feed right now, and you'll see gurus promising that a single software subscription can build a passive income, faceless video empire. The pitch relies on platforms that consolidate the entire production pipeline. You type in a topic, the software generates the script, creates the visuals, adds the voiceover, and schedules the post from a single dashboard. And the truth is, these tools deliver on their mechanical promise. They take processes that used to require a team of specialists and reduce your production time by about 80%. But relying on them introduces a severe vulnerability. YouTube's updated 2026 inauthentic content policies aggressively target and penalize mass-produced, low-effort synthetic media. The very feature that makes these platforms so appealing, the ability to generate homogenized, one-click content, is exactly the pattern the new algorithm is trained to catch and demonetize. You have to make a choice. You can have ultimate, frictionless convenience, or you can have a highly defensible, monetizable channel. You cannot have both. This quadrant maps our structural models: x-axis, setup effort; y-axis, output fidelity. All-in-one platforms land here in low effort, moderate fidelity, publishing immediately but capping quality. Conversely, a custom AI stack requires significant technical labor up front, but pushes your productional quality to the absolute limit. Succeeding right now means making a deliberate decision about which operational trade-offs you are willing to tolerate to survive the new algorithmic reality. This comparison matrix breaks down the reality of these two paths. We start with the setup process and daily workflow friction. With an all-in-one platform, the pipeline is entirely linear. You input a text prompt, and the system handles the rest in the background. The advantage is sheer velocity. Within 5 minutes, a complete video is rendered, captioned, and pushed to your social calendar across multiple platforms. But you pay for that speed with absolute rigidity. You are locked into their proprietary interface. If the AI hallucinates a strange visual or paces a sentence poorly, you cannot intervene or alter their template to fix it. Building a custom automation stack using tools like Make.com or N8N looks very different. You are wiring modular APIs together by hand. It requires a steep technical learning curve and hours of initial debugging before you can publish a single frame of video. What you gain in return is surgical control. You can feed live data from your own spreadsheets directly into the generation pipeline, dictating every single variable before the render begins. You are trading control for instant gratification, or trading upfront technical headaches for total operational supremacy. That brings us to our second metric: output fidelity and creative control. All-in-one platforms need their software to run fast and cheap at scale. To do that, they rely on baseline models and recycled asset libraries. This imposes a hard creative ceiling. It works for mindless scrolling, but suffers from generic pacing, stiff repetitive animation, and obvious visual errors. More importantly, your content looks exactly like the thousands of other channels paying for that exact same software tier. A custom stack bypasses this by letting you hand-pick best-in-class standalone models for each specific task. You can pair 11 labs for hyper-realistic emotional vocal cloning with Runway Gen 3 to generate cutting-edge cinematic visual storytelling. Achieving this requires managing multiple expensive monthly subscriptions and writing intense manual prompts for every single asset you need. The custom stack shatters the creative ceiling, but only if you are willing to treat your content creation like a premium studio rather than a fast food assembly line. The final metric is the most decisive: policy compliance and monetization. If your strategy relies on hunting short-term algorithmic spikes on TikTok or Instagram Reels through sheer volume, the all-in-one method gets the job done. Looking at the monetization column of our matrix reveals the fatal flaw of applying this volume-heavy strategy to YouTube. YouTube's inauthentic content rules actively flag repetitive, template-driven synthetic videos. Pumping these out results in shadow bans or total removal from the partner program. The custom stack survives because the outputs are highly curated and bespoke. They pass the human eye test, and they meet YouTube's strict standards for original value. Low-effort volume might win you vanity views on short-form apps, but it actively destroys your ability to build reliable ad revenue on YouTube. This decision tree shows exactly how to navigate these choices. The starting point is simple. What is your primary business goal? Your first option is using video to drive off-platform sales or to manage social media presence for small businesses. If you need to flood LinkedIn or TikTok with volume and the actual monetization happens off-platform, an all-in-one tool is highly efficient and perfectly correct for the job. The second scenario is wanting to build a standalone, natively monetized brand on YouTube. If building an automated YouTube empire is your goal, relying on a one-click generation tool is a trap. To survive and earn ad revenue, you must use a custom stack to generate the bespoke, defensible assets that human viewers will actually subscribe to. You must optimize your tool stack for the specific quality threshold of your chosen platform. Taking the easy way out on the input almost always sacrifices the long-term value of the output. Ignore the pitches for one-click miracles.